This is the Six Figure Chick Podcast, episode 14, featuring Sister Anyango, founder of the Flyy movement, Freedom to Love the You in You Who's Fly. Please welcome Sister.
Hey, buckle up, queens. It's time for the Six Figure Chick Podcast, the one and only podcast made to teach Black women like you how to make a six-figure income. Whether you are a high-performing woman, professional, new business owner, author, speaker, or even a mom, you're sure to pick up golden nuggets of actionable advice when you listen to the Six Figure Chick Podcast. Each week, we will deliver hard-hitting, no-nonsense, keep it real topics about being a Black woman in America and the
girl, hush your mouth.
We deal with. We're gonna talk about this
and that,
and we're gonna talk about everything else that has held us back. No more, queens. It's time to hear from real people
with real life
and real talk. So grab your best girlfriend and get ready for this ride. What a day, what a day, what a day this has been, Nayoka. I am having such a ball.
I'm having a blast. Can you tell?
Yes, absolutely. And it's not done yet. We'll see you in Yeah. So we just had a conversation. Oh, hey, you guys, we're back. We did a quick change. And we have our guest. Yay!
Hi.
Happy to have you.
Sister Anyango.
We're just fixing my hair because if I put it on mirror my video, then my hair is normal. But when I put it on, when I take it off, then my hand is different. So if I'm fussing with this side and it's not getting the right side.
Listen.
So I have to fix it. Technology, y'all.
Whichever way you put it on your side, to me, it doesn't change. It doesn't change on my side. It looks the very same way. FYI.
It changes for me because it was driving me nuts. I can't see. My head's like, all right. So this is us prepping for the Six Figure Chick Podcast, getting ready for you guys. How was your day?
Me, it's been busy. You know, we had the set this morning. It was Flyy Soca Day, so lots of soca jams in addition to what we normally do. Was crazy.
You know, invite, Nayoka?
Huh?
I totally can.
I didn't get an invite. Did you? I'm waiting for
I didn't know. Oh, that's what you said. I'm not hearing right. No, I didn't get an invite. Okay. I wonder where's our invitation? It's in the mail. Darn it got lost in the mail.
And you know, Cherie is on our email list, so I'm sure she got her flight plan.
I did not. I did not. I don't think I'm on your email list anymore. Please put me back on.
Okay, because you should be. So we'll have Adrian check it out to make sure.
Because I will definitely love a flight plan.
Yeah, we send it out every Monday. And then there's a reminder, a booster that goes out on Thursday or Friday.
Don't get it.
Make sure you're in the wings, both of you. Make sure you're in the wings.
Yeah.
Be there. Because I'm on my journey to losing. Oh, I'm getting my sexy back, y'all.
We're snatching it back. We're not just getting it back. We're snatching it back.
Snatching my sexy back.
So let me just say this is not getting it back. It's just getting sexier. There's a sexy body that you have. So accept where you're at and then just get sexier. Snatch.
I agree with you.
Snatch the fly in the moment, y'all.
Yes.
Because I have a birthday coming.
Oh, that's right. When?
May 18th.
Oh, that's right. You and Lisa are birthday twins. That's right. May 18th. Yes. What zodiac sign are you guys under?
Taurus.
Taurus. Okay. The earth sign, suppose, yeah.
And it's a big, 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 big one for me.
Oh, yeah?
But we're not going to tell everybody because everybody's listening. It's a big one.
Okay. I think I know which one that might be.
I can't believe it.
Let me tell you, after this big one, life changes.
Does it really? I am ready.
Everything begins anew after this next one. Trust me.
You know, I was thinking that perhaps menopause was coming with that. Started feeling hot one day.
Oh, it does.
Oh my God.
Do you pass out from menopause? I'm like, what is going on with me?
Yes, that's a part of it. That is a part.
I hope I may never have to experience that.
I
It won't pass me by. It will, it won't stop here.
Look, I chopped it up that I'm now allergic to broccoli because that's what I was eating when that happened.
Oh my gosh.
I'm in denial. I don't know. I'm too young for that.
It's a whole part of the journey, but I'll teach you how to navigate it. Don't worry. I got you.
I love it. I love it. This is exciting. I cannot wait for you guys to meet this amazing woman. Oh, wait. Oh, man. I remember the first time I met her, I was like, is she for real? This is amazing. Like, this woman is phenomenal. And then I was like, maybe that's just a show. You know how it goes, you guys. People just say one thing one day and do another thing the next day. But oh no, she is the real deal.
Wow. Well, I can't wait. I can't wait to hear all about you.
Well, let us just dive right in. Hi, I'm Cherie Griffith-Dunn.
And I'm Nyoka Wright-Smith.
And this is the Six Figure Chick Weekly Podcast to help you win at work, in your business, at home, and succeed at life. The year of the Black woman is shaping out to be one powerful year. We're excited to bring enriched content about Black people, especially Black women who are pioneers and trailblazers of this country. Today, we will continue our discussion about Black women, Latina women, and Native women, women supporting women. And we will talk to women who are on a mission to support us all. As the African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And we are definitely stronger together. We want to thank all of our listeners. We truly appreciate your feedback and 5-star rating of our podcast. We do this because we know how important it is to have a voice for Black and Latino women, especially now. Today, you will hear from one of my girlfriends who is saving lives and taking names.
Wow. Cherie, I'm just so overjoyed to meet new friends every day. It just never stops. I mean, this is why we have this platform, so that women who doesn't have a support system, who needs one, they can find it right here. You know what I mean, Cherie?
Yes, Nyoka, I sure do. It is with great pleasure to introduce Sister Anyango, Asantewa. Can you say your last name?
Asantewa.
Okay, Asantewa. All right, guys, let me get this right. Let's do this again because she deserves an amazing intro. It is with pleasure to introduce Sister Anyango Asantewa Battles, founder and CEO of the Flyy movement. She is an empowerment freedom coach who can counsel and provide therapeutic support through movement, mindfulness, and processing key moments. She has been helping women 40 years and over heal through personal trauma, release limiting beliefs that block their ability to live their dreams, and feel empowered, courageous, and free. In her very own Flyy journey, she has successfully transformed herself through trauma to triumph, utilizing movement, mindfulness, processing messages of limiting beliefs. Oh my goodness, y'all. This woman is the real deal. please welcome the one and only Sister Anyango, Flyy Movement CEO. Yes.
Woohoo!
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here, Sheree. And yeah, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate being. I know it's been a long time coming. We've been trying to get into this space of grace for quite a while. So it's my pleasure, absolute pleasure, to be here to share wisdom and insight that comes from this space around the Flyy movement. Flyy being that acronym, which means freedom to love the you and you, which is always your opportunity to free up the energy in your body, love and accept yourself for exactly who you are right here, right now, in this moment. So it's not your next birthday, special occasion, anniversary, it's now.
Wow.
And the now can sometimes bring about anxiety and trepidation when we're not quite sure we're loving what we see. We're not quite sure we're accepting what we see. We may see the mirror and side-eye it, run past it, or not look at it. I step in this space of grace to serve humanity in a way to help women heal. So when you look at the mirror, you step up to the mirror and say, hey, I'm Flyy.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I'm Flyy. You are
super fly. OMG. I love it. I totally love it. So thank you so much for being on with us today. OMG. Did I say OMG? I am just like totally loving this right now. We haven't even started asking our questions. And I'm like, okay, mindset. Okay, because you know how we are. We have these limiting beliefs about ourselves for whatever reason, maybe how we were brought up or we've been through, life, so whatever it is that we have gone through in life, it has helped to shape and form our mindset or thinking.
That's
and
right.
It's, always what can I say? It's now we're in the process of trying to transform,
Right.
transform the renewing of the mind because, of what was instilled within us from youth, birth, whatever, coming up, or just going through life.
Exactly.
And negative words that be throwing at us or what have you, right? And
Yes.
and then we grow up believing these things, about ourselves. So yeah, I totally I'm just like ready to know how you, Sister Anyango, help these women that are battling with themselves like this. So my first question to you is, we totally realize how much people are struggling these days due to the pandemic, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What would you tell someone who is going through it?
What I would tell someone who's going through it, depending upon how they're going through it, one of the things that we've been discussing for a full year, because we were in the studio, we pivoted on Zoom March 21st of 2020, 2 days short of the stay-at-home order that came on the 23rd. So what's been helpful for all of us in our Flyy community, that lifeline, if you will, is movement. You have to move the body. Whatever you determine that you enjoy in terms of movement, whether it's walking in the park, being around nature, whether it's throwing on a piece of music and dancing the night away or the moments away, whether it's cycling or whether it is going to the gym safely, we have to move. When we move, we get oxygen to the brain. When we move, those happy hormones called the endorphins get kicked out. And then we have more energy to be able to navigate all of the struggles that have come with the pandemic. That's the first thing. Because under our Flyy Code for Wellness, that's one of the codes. The first one is being mindful of what we're eating. What we're eating matters. So being mindful of what it is that we're eating. Most of us have delved into comfort, cozy, COVID cuisine. And that's cool because there are moments where we needed that. But and not hit yourself over the head with this either, but to just be mindful of what it is that we're eating. Number two, water. We have to drink water. So it's being mindful of eating as clean as possible, drinking water, and thinking positively. Whatever that is for you, whether it's your prayer and meditation, whether it's utilizing positive affirmations, whether it's checking in with your circle, your tribe, who you know has your back. And sometimes we just need to be on the phone like, girl, I'm going through it too. Yeah, I'm through it too. And vibe together. So connection was important. So we're eating clean, drinking water, thinking positive, and moving daily. The fifth thing is we have to sleep. We have to sleep. And I'm not talking resting, sleep. Because I think sleep has become underrated and it has to become evenly rated. We have got to sleep. That allows the body, the mind, the heart, and the spirit to reset so that we're able to meet the energy of the next day grounded and centered and balanced. If we're not sleeping, we're not at our best. So it's eating clean, 1, drinking water, 2, thinking positive, 3, moving daily, 4, and sleeping soundly, number 5.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So all has to be, what do you call that? Like a force, right? One, all 5, you have to be one with all 5 in
Correct.
order for it
That's
to
work. Yes.
Right.
That
Now,
that's how that works all together, you know?
okay. And it doesn't matter in what order. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have an order, how you do it. Just make sure that those 5 things are practiced every day as a ritual. Oh my goodness. That's some great nuggets right there. Whew. Thank you. Cherie, did you hear that, girl? Get on your water. Get to moving. Oh yeah, you already started moving, Cherie. You already started.
She was gonna bring it, right? Listen, I told you. So listen, I didn't really start all my, snatching my sexy back because we knew we were interviewing her.
Okay. So this is good. This is good. I hope you guys that are out there, guys, girls, listening to this podcast, take these notes because these are enriching. Okay. It would be very much, and it would definitely enrich your lives. Okay. What we're bringing to you absolutely are value. We're totally bringing great value for your health, for your, beauty inside and out. Okay, thank you so much, Sister Anyango, for going through those 5, and they're really basic steps because they're not hard. Those are just easy peasy steps. You get up in the morning, you drink some water, you do some movements, and you just go through the steps. Oh my goodness, really easy. So can you tell me then, how does your practice, how do you go about, how can you talk about how your practice help others? How do you go through your practice to help other people?
You mean what I just mentioned, the Flyy Code for Wellness?
Right. So so apart from just, the 5 basic steps, when someone comes to you who is going through trauma or what have you, are those the first steps that you will definitely recommend? Tell us how you do this?
It depends. And that, by the way, is called the Flyy Code for Wellness. When I mentioned there's 10 pieces on the code, those are the first 5 on the Flyy Code for Wellness. Depending upon what's happening with the woman who comes to me, and it could be a variety of ways. It could be from the Zumba dance floor. We may finish, and Cherie has been in the set before, we open up with an affirmation circle. Things have shifted a bit since COVID, but we still have a socially distant circle. So there's an opportunity to come into the circle, 1, and identify yourself. My name is Sister Anyango, and I'm Flyy because I'm free to love the me and me because, and you state why it is that you're flying the moment. What that does, it allows you to, 1, claim who you are, state why you're feeling free to love who you are from the inside out in the moment, and it allows you to come present and be in the space because you belong. Sometimes there's an energy around existence, being able to be comfortable with the fact that we can exist, we can actually take up space, that it's okay for us to exist, to take up space, to be about the business of our passion and purpose. So when you come and you say, my name is, and I'm Flyy because You're now saying, here I am. I'm free to love who I am from the inside out, and I belong. It is open for me to exist and take up space and be about my passion and my purpose. Yeah. So that energy. Now, there have been moments where I never know what's happening with anyone when they come in the door. Something could have happened before they walked in the door. They get in the space, they clearly are, all of a sudden they're falling apart. There's a rule that we have in the circle. When a sister starts to fall, we flank her on 4 sides, both sides, front and back. If she needs prayer in the moment, we pray over her to affirm her and allow her to know you're supported. You got a connection of love and support right here. So whatever you're struggling through, you deserve to be loved and supported in your struggle, not just your success. Whatever's happening to you that has traumatized you, you're worthy and deserving of love and support in the trauma. Not just when you're...
Wouldn't you say that's the key?
That is the key.
Right.
Because when you feel connection, when you feel loved and supported in the midst of struggle, in the midst of trauma, then you have the power to feel and heal, and then move into a place where you now feel empowered, courageous, and free, which is my goal. Many times there's no connection, or there's shame, or there's embarrassment, or for women of African descent, we supposed to know what to do. We supposed to have it going on. We're not supposed to struggle. Ain't nobody gave us permission to cry. Nobody said we can have our feelings. And what? Struggling? Girl, put on your big girl panties and get it done. No, absolutely not.
This is we are, Black women, we are queens of the imposter syndrome, right?
Right.
We hold that title so well. Let me just reflect, because I have been at your studio and I have witnessed this moment, and it is a powerful moment. But here's what you don't feel, right? So I want to make sure people who are listening might be saying, "Oh, I'm having a breakdown and all these people around me." No. Listen, when you are in that circle, there's something about being among a circle of women who truly surrender and care for you, that you don't feel embarrassed. You don't feel any type of, I don't want to share this. I shouldn't have this breakdown. There's some sort of energy in the room that allow people to truly feel so supported. And the circle that she's talking about, when someone is everyone stops. It's not you and your girlfriend continuing to have a conversation. It's everyone is pulling and attentive to that woman. So this is a practice, you guys, that she's going to tell you how to go to her studio, how to find her online. But I have never seen a program that allows you to do such healing, because it really is so simple, isn't it? Loving one another is really simple.
I mean, that's our human response. That's our natural human response. And when we can be in a space where we can be organic, we can be authentic, then it's easy. When someone's struggling, we rush to support them. What do you need? How can I help you? That's natural and organic and authentic, to us. What it is.
But you also are not trying to solve their problem.
No.
Allowing them. And that's the difference, you guys. Understand, so often as a mother, we want to be there to take up the pain for other people. We want to solve all your problems. I think what you do, a reason why it's so unique and you have such transformation, is because you allow them to be okay to be in their pain. Correct.
And to be supported and loved in the midst of it. Because it's not going to miraculously go away. Pain go away. That has to be, it's best if it's healed. Otherwise, if it's not healed, then we drag it from one relationship to the other. We drag it from one circumstance, situation, relationship over and over and over again. It's just heaviness that we drag with us constantly until it is for us in this lifetime to heal it and feel it. Then we can cast it off. And then we no longer have to live with it. Is the process tough? Absolutely. Difficult? For sure. But possible? Yes. Because in creating this space of grace that I create, You have an opportunity to be met where you are, right at the crossroads of your struggle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's that energy around empowering instead of enabling. I can't heal you. I can support you and love you through your healing process by helping you to feel it so I can help you heal it for yourself.
That's what it's about.
That's awesome. So it seems to me that the atmosphere altogether, it is so welcoming and not judgmental.
Absolutely.
Because a woman is coming in very vulnerable. And so energy, so how do you train because I hear you're saying the circle, right? Because there are obviously people coming in with different load, so to speak. And if someone is going through a moment, are there the people are trained to handle that, or just anyone just go ahead and just love on her, embrace her, even though they're also going through their own pain and their own situation? You understand what I'm saying?
I do. So I do have crew. that are trained in the Flyy training and certification. So I do have crew that have been trained by me, and they know exactly what to do and how to respond. But those who have been in the set, who are part of the community, who have been coming on an ongoing basis, also know what to do. So my crew is available to support, but folks who know whoever's close can also flank her, because she needs to be flanked on 4 sides. And then I have prayer warriors in the set. So if she needs to be prayed over, and I can sort of determine what needs to happen based upon what's coming up, because there have been women who are crumbling, and I have to prevent them from falling. So that's what we do. We hold them up. And if someone is really coming forward, then we need to pray over them. Mm-hmm. And that we all stop. As Cherie indicated, we all stop. And then and there may be tissue involved. And so once she's grounded enough, then we continue on with the set. And there is no, you are correct. This is a judgment-free zone. And there's no either. Because we get enough of that out there.
Right.
We get enough of that out there. So when we come inside, you're welcomed. And by the time you come the second or third time, we know your name if you're coming for the first time. We acknowledge you as a newbie in the circle. And by the time you come in the set your second or third time, we already know who you are. And it's important for us to call any woman or man, because sometimes men are in the set too, to call you by name. Right. Because when we call you by name, then you know you belong. That your existence is important and that you belong. And that's part of it too. And we close, so we open the circle with the affirmation, with the Flyy affirmation circle. We do our thing, we move and groove with the Zumba jam, and that's for an hour and 15 minutes. So we get the cardio, we get the strength, we get the flexibility, and then we close again. Because as it is in the beginning, so it is in the end. So we open an affirmation and we close the same way. Because my goal for you is by the time you walk out of that door, something has transformed, something has shifted and changed, and you are in a better position to navigate whatever it is that you got to deal with as soon as you walk out the door.
Okay.
And this is designed to be an oxygen mask moment. What do I mean by that? Many of us have flown in airplanes before, right? Mm-hmm. Oxygen mask drops. We're supposed to assist who first?
Ourselves.
9 times out of 10, the first inclination for women, particularly women of color, is to handle everybody else. And what happens is that if we do that, not only do we die, so does everybody else. So for 13 years, this space has been designed to be that oxygen mask moment. This is for you. That 1 hour, or right now because it's COVID, we have to take mask breaks, hour and 15 minutes or hour and a half, depending on when we decide we want to finish. But that moment is for you. There are no children in the set under the age of 16. And I meant that from the time we started, because I want you to leave all that behind, have this space for yourself to feel empowered, to feel courageous, to feel free, then return to everything else that you have to navigate once you step out of the door. And so I've had to remind parents, there are no children.
So why 16?
By 16, they've had a certain level of rites of passage, and they're connected with the parent who's bringing them in. So then by 16, they have some level of maturity and connection with their mother or whomever, or aunt or caregiver who's ever bringing them in. And it hasn't been that many over time. But Zumba allows teenagers from 13 to be in the set. I do not. Mine went, and it was really a rites of passage, and that's the way I geared it. So teenagers knew, and it wasn't random either. Teenagers were waiting to get in the set, so they turned 16, so they can now I can be in the set. And they're coming in with a parent or guardian or caregiver, so they're not randomly walking in the set. They're coming in with a parent or caregiver who feels that they're at their level of maturity to now be in the set, and then to take in all the energy of nurturing that's occurring for them in the set.
Wow, that is amazing. So has there ever been a time where you just couldn't help someone, that came in for help? Has there ever been a time like that?
No.
No?
Nope.
Wow. So your practice actually helps people, guaranteed.
And I stand on that.
Wow.
Look at me answering no for you. I'm like,
I love it. Oh my goodness. This is
I know what
awesome.
she stands for.
What,
that's a blessing to be able to, and it's a very emotional blessing to be able to say that. And I think that solely by the grace of God can I say, no, there's never been a moment where I wasn't able to support and help, because I'm in this space where I show up and serve humanity based on the way that God has asked me to do this work. And so when I ground and center myself before I get in any space, like I did before I opened up with you and Cherie, I make sure that I'm grounded and centered first, so that whatever comes up out of my mouth is spirit driven. And so in that space, then whatever comes out is divinely designed to love and support in the moment. Now, if what I'm sharing has been extended and I need to transition you to the next layer of support, I will do that, because I've had to do that in some instances too. If I feel like my empowerment freedom coaching is at a place where we're moving and grooving, and now I think you need additional kinds of support, then I'm going to transition you into additional kinds of support, but to people that I know. I have a network of people that I know, of caregivers, of clinicians, of therapists, and of psychiatrists. So if that's the next level that you need, I'm going to transition you to people that I know. It'll never be someone random, because that's the other thing. When it comes that moment where self-care, self-love, and coaching, counseling, therapy is needed, I'm the one to help you dispel all the myths. I'm the one to say, Black people don't need to go to therapy. Let's pause on that. Because here's why I say that. African descended people have never functioned without counsel. And our tradition was built in a council of elders. So there were no discrepancies, disagreements, disgruntlements that weren't solved without counsel. So with the scattering and the institution of slavery getting scattered all over diaspora and living within a Eurocentric environment, there's now this energy of we don't need help or we don't need support. Wrong. Yes, we do. We're community-centered people from the ground up. That's who we are all day, every day. And that extends to support. So I stand in this space to dispel all that and remind us that we function in connection and relationship with other people, not by ourselves, not rugged individualism, but intense communalism, community in relation and connection to other people. That's how we thrive. So when we struggle, it's time to reach out for support and get it. When we're having a hard time, it's time to reach out, support, and get it. Is it difficult for us? Absolutely, particularly women of color. I stand in that space to help support you and making it easier, not necessarily easy, but easier to reach out and connect and get the support that you need, because you're worthy and deserving of love.
Wow. And, can you talk about the programs that you offer, right? Because it's more than just, right, talking about the circle of love, but there's way more that you do offer people someone who might be listening who is like, this sounds amazing, but I need a little more. Like I need some support, some one-on-one support. So can you share what it is that you offer?
Absolutely. What's happened over this energy of COVID, and Cherie and I sort of rolled this wave together, is creating what I now call the Flyy Signature Series. So there's 4 energies that anyone can avail themselves of, depending upon what it is that they feel that they need. That first is the fitness and movement experiences. So I offer Zumba, of course, which is what we're talking about for the fitness experience. I'll be offering Body Love Strength and Conditioning, which deals with the body from a strength-based perspective, in addition to Balance and Breathe, which is the mindfulness and the meditation and soft stretching. So that's going to go under our Flyy Passport. That's the fitness and movement experiences, along with African dance and dances of the diaspora. The second thing is empowerment freedom coaching. That's the one-on-one deep dive. So that's for those who know something isn't quite right. I know I need to be connected. I know that I'm struggling. I don't know everything. I don't know quite what it is, but I know I don't feel right. I know I'm struggling with something. Or I may know that my relationship with my husband is a mess. Or I got issues going on with my family. I'm struggling with my children. I'm struggling with older parents. So I'm struggling on my job. I'm not feeling fulfilled. So if that's you, then I say connect direct, and don't hesitate either. Don't wait, hesitate, but connect direct. What I then do is I schedule a freedom call, and we talk about what's happening. And if you decide that I'm a good fit for you, then I offer you empowerment freedom coaching. And that's where we do the deep dive in a safe space of grace, just like this, where we talk about gently, lovingly, we get to what the personal trauma might be. We get to what the limiting beliefs we're now telling ourselves, or the lies we're telling ourselves as a result of childhood trauma and as a result of the relationships that we've had. And we go one-on-one twice a month or 3 times a month, depending upon which tier that you select. And then there's a group empowerment that happens. So once a month, and I never say client, I always say self-healers, because everyone has the ability to heal themselves. So once a month, all my self-healers, we meet together in one collective space, and I facilitate movement and mindfulness, and we talk about whatever the group is struggling with. And then folks are with me for 6 months. It's a 6-month commitment, because we can't get anything done under 6 months. And after 6 months, you decide if you want to continue in the same tier or go up or down, or then you go into the maintenance tier, where I just see you once a month, but you're still eligible to come into group. And I launched that in February. I have 10 self-healers that I see on a regular basis. I have 5 slots open, because it's only 15 that I take. And I cannot tell you, in just 2 months and some change, the changes of transformation and the shifts and the ahas that are happening for all these women. It's fantastic. What's coming next is I'm going to create a community courage call, which will be for the entire community, the group series that I'll create, where we'll delve together as a group on Zoom in whatever topic that folks want to know more about. That's coming soon. And then in the fall, I'm launching my course, Journey to Courage, Empowerment, and Freedom. That's going to be a 12-week course with 10 topics that we'll do a deep dive on. And then we'll have an introduction at the beginning, a celebration at the end. So there's a myriad of ways. That's the Flyy Signature Series that I'm just overjoyed to be able to announce and say, because it's been years of working my own process, because I was in process myself for 10 years before I felt like I had the ability to really launch this and do this well for other women, and to announce it and to celebrate it and to be doing the work is amazing. So then I would say to anyone who's in earshot or in view shot, if you know you're struggling and if you know this is you, then you don't need to wait or hesitate. Reach out and connect direct. And I say that because I got you, because somebody had me.
And how could they connect with you?
It's either email, text, or DM. DM me on Facebook. A lot of folks go right over and they appear in my inbox.
Or so there's Sister Anyango on Facebook. Uh-huh. And then your website is theflymovement.com.
Correct.
They can go there. Okay.
Absolutely. Great. And as soon as you log on, becoming a part of the website is going to come right up, and you can schedule a freedom call, and that'll come up, and we'll connect. And it's a great process. And even after, because I also facilitate the Flyy Mindful Moment every Thursday morning, live at 7:45 on Facebook. In many, when I always say that same energy at the end, after I do the mindfulness in the moment, the message in the middle, and we recap mindfulness at the end. If anyone's ready to now go more, go deeper, if they know this is their moment, then they can meet me over my inbox, schedule a freedom call right away. And then we go from there to determine if this is something that this woman wants.
Yeah. So I didn't know that you did this on Thursdays. So every Thursday on Facebook Live,
7:45 live at
7:45
a.m.
in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
They can go ahead and get a little practice with you.
For sure.
Right? See how you work, what's going on. And then even at that time, they can go and schedule
correct
freedom call with you.
Correct.
I think that is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely. And you are changing lives. And that is just incredible, because you don't get that every day, right? You know, I know how much you care, and you know how compassionate you are about working with people and about giving your whole self to them and showing them how to truly live a balanced life and be happy without having all that baggage.
Right.
So I am just elated that you have all of these programs that people can get into, because we have listeners all over the world. And I am excited that no matter where you live, you can get into the Flyy movement. You guys, let me tell you, the first time I experienced this woman, I could not stop saying that I was Flyy. And I still, every time when people say, you know, who do you know that others need to know? And I'm like, who's Flyy? The freedom to love the you in you, who's Flyy? I'm like, you can't get it out your head.
No, right. Once you start that chant, that's it. And every time, you know, you see me in the staff, you know, I'm Flyy. That's right. Because you connect that energy with that mantra, with that chant, and more importantly, with yourself. You know, how you're feeling Flyy in the moment. And there's moments where you may not necessarily feel Flyy. But the more you do it, the more opportunity presents themselves for you to get there and feel your Flyness.
Yes.
And your freedom and love in the moment.
Absolutely. And can we talk about your love for family, right? How you really you teach people how to put this practice into their home, and how to really work with children to get them to believe in themselves. And can you talk a little bit about that?
I think the more we believe it in ourselves and live that, then our children see that as a living example. And I'm a mom like you. I'm a mom of 6. 4 that I birthed and 2 that I adopted. And it's amazing. The more you live it and the more you provide that example, then it's awesome when what you have said and placed and deposited in your children starts to come back out. When you hear them say certain things like, well, so you were listening, you did hear that? Okay, that's awesome. Because my oldest is now 29. My oldest daughter is 25. My stepson is 25. My oldest daughter's best friend, who's my daughter to me, is also 25. So 1 29, 3 25s, 21, 19. And so now they're all young adults. So now they're out living their lives and experimenting with being in college and out in the workplace and developing their own businesses. But I can hear what it is that I've deposited in them come back out. I can hear when they're sitting around and they're talking about how they grew up and what Ima said, because that's what they call me, what Ima said, and they're remembering something as simple as, oh yeah, you know, 10 o'clock lights was out and it became quiet hours in the house. And so everybody knows 10 o'clock is quiet hours. So there's no other energy going on, or they know, you know, that our family was pretty close knit. Mm-hmm. So if we decide that we're going to live, not just do, but live self-care, self-love, what I call Flyy care, then we live that for our children. And here's one example. I don't start my day with anyone else. I start my day with me, and my children see me. I'm up at 5:30 in the morning, my eyes up. I don't get out of bed until 6:30, but I'm in my corner every morning drinking my tea. I have a personal teacup that says grace on it. So I'm drinking my cup of tea, my energy of grace. I have a candle, incense, journal. So every morning I'm right there in that space. I light my candle, I burn my incense, I'm writing my journal, I'm sipping my tea. And I'm not communing at all with anyone. I don't even speak until 8:00. That's when I can start forming words. So that moment is for me first. And my children, now they're saying, oh, well, I need time for myself. I can't do my friends right now because I need a minute for me. So if you're right, so if we're living this now, right, as an example, and our children starts to pick it up, then when they're raising their children, we will have broken a pattern, right? Because right now the pattern I'm consciously have broken, and raising my children in this way is that we have to do for everybody else before we do for ourselves. No, we make sure we're grounded and centered and balanced first, and then extend out to everybody else. So we break that pattern in terms of the way that we were raised and nurtured to believe this was so. No shade, because our parents and grandparents did what they did because that's what they knew. But now that we know different, break that down and do it different. The other piece is holding that energy of being a strong woman. No. How about we embrace being a woman of strength? Then we can have space for our feelings. Then we can have space for being able to take care of ourselves first before we take care of everyone else. Then we can take off the badge of suffering and place on an energy of success and triumph. We don't have to wear badges of trauma and suffering. We can now embrace the energy of success and triumph because that's what we're worthy and deserving of having for ourselves, right? And the more we live this as our truth, then our children see that because they're watching what we do more than they're listening to what we say. And if what we say is consistent with what we're doing, then they're going to pick that up. We may not recognize it at first because sometimes they act like they're losing their mind, but eventually it does connect, right? It does connect. You say, okay, so what I taught you is in there somewhere. It's in some mixture, but it's coming out. So
listen, I hear so many women rewinding that part, right? Because we are Wonder Woman. We do it all, and we don't do enough for ourselves. And giving ourselves permission to have that quality time for ourselves, is powerful. I know for me, I wouldn't be able to function at the level that I do if I didn't have my quiet time in the morning.
Right. Exactly. And when
my family knows.
Right. And when we don't, we become emotionally exhausted. And then all the energies of hypertension and anxiety and depression, all those energies continue to manifest into our system. Adrenal exhaustion, because we're tired.
You know, that is, when you say adrenal and exhaustion, that is something really big and for real. Like that is happening a lot.
Correct. Particularly now during this whole year of COVID, when everything has shifted, when we had to really refashion our way of connection and making sure we're still connecting with people in virtual spaces or in the way that we can, given the pandemic. So figuring out how to fashion connection has been really, really important, along with the other things I mentioned in the beginning. Because COVID exhaustion, adrenal exhaustion is real. And the way to combat that is to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. And if you're reaching a point where your anxiety level is through the roof, you're feeling energy of depression, that is not the time to hesitate. That is not the time to say, oh, I'll be all right. Because no. You'll be all right when you can connect to support to help you be all right. And then be better. And then start living. And then start flying and soaring. But the key is support. The key is help and support. And giving yourself permission to be okay with seeking it.
I love it. Nyoka's back with us.
I am back. You know, I'm having a love-hate relationship with technology.
Listen, Me and you are kindred spirits then, because
it has a mind of its own at times. I'm
God.
telling you. And I almost missed out on the juiciness that you have been bringing. Oh my goodness. This is definitely not just juicy nuggets, but so much value that you're bringing. And I know that a lot of women and men, that are listening in, because believe it or not, they go through traumas too, right? These brothers be going through a lot as well. And just hearing these little tidbits, pointers as to what to do in order to overcome, the struggles or the issues that they're having, it is necessary for them to know, get the knowledge, so you can help yourself.
Absolutely.
Get that knowledge so that you can help yourself. Oh my goodness, Sister Anyango, you are amazing.
Didn't I tell you gonna bring it?
Did she bring it? Listen, you are totally, totally a phenomenal woman, a woman of wisdom and knowledge. Yes, we can sit here and listen to you all day long, because you have so much to share, some wealth of knowledge, wealth of information to share, and it's juicy stuff. Thank you so much for being on our podcast with us today.
It's my pleasure.
We appreciate you.
I'm finally able to do it. It's been like back and forth. I'm glad we're finally able to connect. Oh my God.
Right,
so thank
right.
you for being relentless in your pursuit. I appreciate that.
Hey, we knew what we were getting, so we were patiently waiting.
Absolutely.
So you are.
Now, if you want to hear the juiciness that we do before we do our podcast, YouTube, what we want you to do is like and subscribe. I know you guys are out there listening, so don't just listen. Give us some thumbs up. Push that like button. Subscribe to our podcast where you will experience our virtual green room, and you will be, just be loaded with a bunch of information that is very useful, not just information, but useful information. My name is Nayoka Wright-Smith, and I am the CEO of NAWS Coaching and Consulting LLC, and I'm a business wealth expert. I help my clients by empowering them with the knowledge, the skills, the guidance, and recommendation that they need in order for them to build wealth. So thank you all for listening to our podcast. Cherie, why don't you tell us a little bit about you?
I'm Cherie Griffith-Dunn, your certified executive business growth coach, helping entrepreneurs and small businesses create a strategic plan to identify the pitfalls you're not seeing, to help you achieve the goals you're not achieving, and gain a competitive advantage in your industry. I'm also a motivational speaker and international best-selling author. I am the founder and CEO of High Performing Women Academy, the place where you belong. We teach women how to dream again. We're now accepting applications. Go to hpwacademy.com. I'm your gluten-free foodie, mom of 6 sons, married to the love of my life, and obsessed with traveling. Thank you for joining us. To take your free motivational assessment, go to bit.ly/motive, MOTIV quiz. And if you're interested in starting your own podcast, please go to podbean.com/getit for a free month. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube at the 6 Figure Chick Podcast and leave us a comment. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
This has been another episode of the 6 Figure Chick Podcast. Please be sure to join us next time for some more hard-hitting career and business advice. To stay connected, follow me on Instagram at Cherie Griffith-Dunn. And if you would like to be a part of the baddest club around, join High Performing Women Academy, the place where you belong. Go to hpwacademy.com. And as always, if you like what you hear, come back and next time, bring a friend. If you're interested in sponsoring, donating, or even advertising your business with me, please contact me at connect
at CherieGriffithDunn.com.